It was just any other Sunday morning. I wolfed down my breakfast and started tutoring my student. Suddenly, as I was explaining exponents, something was off. My eyesight started disappearing. On the right side of my vision, everything became blurred and flashing like a light. For those who have experienced this, I'm so sorry. And for those who have not, this is called an aura, and it typically happens right before a migraine, which is like a stabbing knife kind of headache in your brain. Fortunately, my student had bad internet connectivity, so our camera was off. So I continued explaining math while I was dying with my eyes closed. Right after the tutoring session, I slumped into bed and slept it off, like I usually do. I tried to just sleep off the pain. So after a few hours, got back up, ready to function like a normal human being again. And when I opened my phone, I instinctively opened up YouTube because I'm a YouTuber. And I see this video. Ooh. Looks familiar. Okay, very similar title and thumbnail. And you know, this is pretty common actually. YouTubers take inspiration from each other with titles and thumbnails. Like, this is not a big deal, honestly, at this point. But I tend to click into these videos because I'm just curious about their take on the same topic. I watched the first half of the video and this is what I see. You're making me scared to post YouTube videos.
I was almost really scared to put that in.
Or watch this on 2x speed.
Or you've put the video into 2x speed.
You really need this video more than anyone.
You need this video more than anyone else.
If you clicked on this video only kind of wanting to save your mind,
if you're just kind of wanting to fix your attention span,
then this is not for you.
This video isn't for you.
Once you understand to not blame everything on social media and to take accountability,
they blame social media. We need to take responsibility.
Between stimulus and response lies a space.
Between a stimulus and a response, there is a space.
In that space lie our freedom and power to choose a response.
And in that space is our power to choose our response.
In our response lies our growth and our happiness.
And in our response lies our growth and happiness.
You just turned what you learned into your own knowledge.
Turn what you learn into your own knowledge.
I don't know, man. Is this dude copying me? I can't tell. I consider Jspark or Steven a friend. I helped him with multiple of his projects, and this plagiarism from him was not the first time. This was just completely mind-boggling, like, wow, great thing to wake up to after you just had a head-splitting migraine, right? So I took to Instagram to briefly express my immediate thoughts. After a while, I'm just like,
you know what? He's a friend, like, let me just confront him, like, this is not okay, but let's just show him that this is not okay so it doesn't keep happening.
But throughout this process, I was like gaslighting myself because I really want to believe that everyone's a good person, they're above doing something like this, like,
Amy, you're just being silly.
Mostly because I just really don't want to know that I trusted someone that I shouldn't have trusted. But let me tell you, every single friend, creator friends I might add, who I texted and showed these 2 videos to, they were like, stop gaslighting yourself, it's so obvious he copied. And yes, actually the story gets progressively more and more wild. I did not want it to snowball like this, but there's a lot of stuff you'll see. I texted him, press send, scary. I'll continue with his response in a sec. I want a caveat to say I usually don't like spilling tea. What is this? Or being involved in it. I prefer to drink tea. But with plagiarizing and cheating happening more and more, I just thought that this was a great opportunity to address it while sharing this crazy story. And unfortunately, YouTube can't really do anything for situations like this to help creators. Like entertainment creators copy each other all the time, but StudyTubers? Now that's just sad. And if we see this happening and make it okay, and people seem to get rewarded for it, this can be a slippery slope for us also not acting in alignment with the right values. Like, have you ever been tempted to cheat? To copy someone else's work and submit it as your own? Right now, more and more students not only feel that cheating is easier, but they're even pressured to cheat. With the rise of AI and increasing societal pressures like competing for the top grades, getting into a top college, I totally get how it can be really tempting. For example, my alma mater, Caltech, they've been doing take-home tests where the tests are just so extremely hard that, you know, even the textbook can't just give the answers to you. And this is because of the honor code that the school has been living by for decades. But because of more and more students in recent years cheating, plagiarizing, breaking the honor code, Caltech might completely throw away their long-standing tradition of take-home tests. And yeah, many people may feel like,
cheating in school is not a big deal. Tons of people do it. What's the big deal? It's just chemistry homework.
Well, let's continue with the story and see if you think differently. As Gen Z says, the tea is piping hot, unfortunately. So yeah, I texted Jspark Steven about it. You can read it here, but basically he says, I haven't watched your video. So that's strange. In a recent call to catch up and where I helped him with something, he literally told me, wow, your past few videos have been blowing up and the videos are so great. And he's constantly watching my videos, as you see in these texts. So do you really think he didn't watch my video that blew up to a statistically significant 1.6 million views? Steven just so happened to have very similar thoughts and wording as that from my video that just so happened to be my most popular video from the past few months.
That's suspicious.
What a coincidence. At this point of the story, what do you think? Did he copy me? He can say that the stuff from my videos is just based on research, so, he just used the same research or whatever, but come on, the wording's pretty similar. I don't know. These are my thoughts, my ideas, my experiences, so it really felt kind of creepy almost, like he was wearing my skin. The first time that Steven plagiarized my video was a math video that also performed extremely well, so I mentioned to him in the text that I forgave him before for the math video, but it's not okay for this to keep happening. He replies saying something like, yeah, the math video was my bad and I apologize for that, did I not? I'm telling you this time I didn't. Then he accuses me of rushing to take his views for some reason. I don't know why he said that. Like, why did you make it then? You wanted this video to blow up. If this video is just gonna get, 6K views like you said, why do you feel the need to borrow so much from someone else's video that performed well for your regular programming? Then he sent some screenshots as of trying to prove that he didn't watch it before filming. And I'm just like, I don't know what you're trying to show, man. My video was posted in June. I'm being a little too sassy now. I don't mean that, okay? I'm not saying Jspark is a bad kid. I just think this is kind of funny. And not funny, okay? This is a serious topic. Cheating is bad. But it's like, we talk about this in an entertaining kind of backdrop. Let's take a little trip back to 2023, the first time, which was the math video. Warning, you might begin to like math.
Warning, you have a 100% chance of liking maths more.
It doesn't matter how many formulas you know.
People think you need to know more formulas.
Think about square roots. If you were just trying to memorize square roots,
imagine that for square roots. Instead of understanding how they work, you just learn them.
Like you learned that square root of 25 is 5.
You could have just memorized the square root of 25 as 5.
Then if someone asks you, what is the square root of 36?
But when you had to face the square root of 36,
you wouldn't know because you never learned it.
You wouldn't know how to do them.
It's not in your memory.
Because you hadn't memorized them.
Imagine the next time you take your math test and all the solutions just come to you.
Imagine the next math test, all the answers just magically come to you.
Here's how to make that happen.
Here's what you have to do.
Write down everything you know about the problem in front of you.
Write down everything you know that could be relevant.
Try and draw connections between those things.
And try and draw connections of what you're doing.
I'm really excited too to see your progress.
I'm really excited to see your progress.
Wild, right? It's like he's my long lost twin because he just independently thought of square roots and even numbers to put as examples. Now that's magic.
Wow.
Like I said, it's not that uncommon for YouTubers to kind of copy each other, but even so, a lot of those copiers basically take their concepts and maybe like just the intro, a few words here or there, thumbnails, titles. But what I find crazy is like a StudyTuber of all creators, the one who's supposed to be helping students and set a good example, helping our generation and lift up our society.
And then I help students become the best they can be.
The type of creator that literally relies on the value of their thoughts themselves. Like, I feel like as students, we already feel so bad when people are naturally smarter than us. I know the feeling. It's like I work so hard and I study like 5 hours for something and this guy rolls up saying he winged it and then scores like 100%. So it's one thing to be genetically gifted and to get something more easily, but it's another to cheat and get that something more easily. And that kind of hurt past Amy because I struggled for over 2 years with integrity before getting any kind of YouTube success. Just like maybe you would study hours and hours for a test and then someone else just copies and gets an A. Regarding the math video, so I have been private tutoring students for over a decade. Yes, I'm an old hag. I've won state math competitions. I attended Caltech, where I studied chemical engineering, where I got a 4.0, might I add. And that math video is created by someone with that unique set of experiences, skills, credentials, and beliefs. Those ideas did not just take the weeks and hours of planning and scripting that I spent. That one video, just like many of my other videos, actually took a decade. In particular, summers of math camp when I would be grinding math from 10 a.m. to midnight for weeks on end. I synthesized years of effort into a way that is hopefully more interesting, digestible, and helpful to a viewer who's looking for a perspective from someone new. Who I am is the person who made that video that has that structure I thought of. That's why I think of this community as so much more than just a YouTube channel of numbers of followers, right? That's why I really try to engage with everyone. It's because I feel like this is a relationship here where I'm being myself and my channel is not just a channel, but it's like, this is me. We have people saying cheating in school is no big deal, but we want to be careful because things really have a snowball effect. Like if you get away with something small, you're going to be like,
oh, I want to do that again because I got ahead by putting in less effort.
And this can easily bleed into the real world. Literally, I know from a friend of a friend that someone went to a new company and this lady copied something from the old company to this new company and they almost got fired for it. And it's even bigger than that. I really want to drive home that at the end of the day, the only person you're cheating is yourself. You are the person you fall asleep with. You want to fall asleep with peace of mind to know that you are someone who tried your best in the right way and with integrity. Okay, poor Steven being used as an example of why not to cheat.
Yeah, I'm just an old hag whose back hurts all the time and he's just a kid.
This kid is selling a $400 course to his almost 200,000 subscribers of impressionable young students. In the YouTube world, we're in a whole new ballgame here. For 2 years in my early 20s, I was out here struggling to crack 1,000 views on a single video. To get to where I am today, I had to put in blood, sweat, and tears to turn nothing into something. I didn't get handouts, and I actually didn't have a single creator friend there to give me advice. And you can say,
oh, but Steven didn't get as many views as you though.
It's not about the views. If it was about the views, I would have quit YouTube a long time ago. I was struggling at like 500 views for most of my videos, which took 10 to 20 hours to make. I'm gonna beat this word to death, but it's about integrity, authenticity, true connection. It's about really helping people and setting a good example for those who might look up to me. I'm trying to make a positive impact on even a single person by being the real me. I'm trying to show people what to value in life and what values to hold and the kind of person to be. A plagiarized video, even reaching just one person, is not okay because that person will start to feel false trust. That one person will take my words as his. Even if we consider the individual people, 20,000 views is no small feat. And all of those thousands of people are people who could be influenced. I am a Myers-Briggs type 1 personality. Explanation here. I just feel that isn't right, man. This kind of experience just makes me, myself, lose trust as well. So to clarify one thing about how YouTube inspiration works, since I know that a lot of you out there are not creators yourselves, sometimes one kind of thumbnail or a title is trending and it seems like everyone is using it. So someone might be like,
let me try it too.
Like this specific thumbnail, okay? This is like the same as... Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his usernames. Chods. But because I know this is more of an exact inspiration rather than just light inspiration, I actually DM'd Chod on Instagram asking if I can use his great idea. I got permission, we are kind of online friends, I would say, and then I helped him with one of his videos and I even promoted it on my Instagram story. He's a cool dude, by the way. Check out his channel, linked below. And this is the kind of stuff I love, YouTube is so hard So if everyone can just help each other a little bit, we're just growing together, okay? Lifting all boats. Just like with Caltech was so hard, but were we competitive? No, like why would we add that extra stress upon ourselves? Like why don't we just help each other and battle academics together? Like why don't we creators just battle the algorithm together? So yeah, in line with that attitude of wanting to be friends with everyone, stay on good terms, back in 2023, after the math video plagiarism, I talked with Steven and, he was pretty reasonable sounding, so I forgave him. Then after that, he asked for help for some things, and then I was like, great, another internet friend. So I even supported his videos by commenting on them. It was funny because someone even replied to my comment one time asking if I'm his older sister. No, I'm Chinese. I was actually going to plug Steven's channel on one of my videos. Yeah, see, this is how hard I work on all my scripts. I literally write so many of them when I'm thinking of it all the time, and then I don't even release it because I just don't have the time to film, and I'm just try so hard, but I just don't have time. But look at this. I said, Jspark already made a fantastic video about memorizing, so after this, go there. And then, but don't go there yet, Anyway. And this was after the whole debacle. I was going to promote and even link his memorization video in my video description, like, hey guys, this is a great resource, we're just out here helping students together. I was shocked because I saw that I was actually going to throw him a bone. But guess what? I clicked on that memorization video I linked, and this is what played.
And basically, I get really good at it. I get really good at cheating. I'm able to memorize 5 pages worth of answers at a time, which was probably around hundreds of numbers, right? And I'm able to copy all of them in. I'm also deliberately getting some of those wrong because you know how it is.
This is just insane, man. You can't make this up. This is why we can't have nice things. Because you break them, I had to take them away. My philosophy was to help each other. That was what I thought in school, but maybe I'm just too naive, and that's just not how the real world works. I'm too idealistic. I was also a guest to help him with his paid course/community. And alright, even though I was busy, I have people-pleasing tendencies, and I just want to help people in general, so I said yes. Checkpoint. Now, with this amount of information in the story, what are your thoughts on the situation? Let me know if they have changed. To be honest, I should have done more due diligence on what his course was going to be about before agreeing to it, because then it's I'm kind of endorsing it. Part of his course includes an internship and college guide. There's more. I also recently helped him right before the debacle with a live lecture for his paid community as well. When he launched his course/paid community, I watched his video advertising it, and I was like, oh no, that's my face in the video, right? I didn't want to be part of the advertisements. So I messaged him. I was like, oh, congrats, blah, blah, blah. I'm okay with you using our interview, but just not where it's I'm part of an ad and endorsing this. I don't want to be shown as part of the value you're promising. And okay, Steven was reasonable.
Oh yeah, that's my fault. I'd feel the same if I were in your shoes. Okay, great.
Reasonable dude. Cool guy. Here's why that most recent live lecture is relevant. So I watched the latter part of the attention span video, his version. What I did not expect was to see my face again in an ad. He had my face clearly in a video while he was advertising his student accelerator program, when I explicitly said that before, I don't want to be part of your ads. And I feel that's just an infringement on my kind gesture and my privacy, because I didn't even know he was screen recording. I thought it was a live lecture. It just really seems that, ouch, he will do whatever it takes to get ahead, and that makes me kind of sad. As a very idealistic person. Friends, honesty, love, people, genuine connection. I think these matter a lot more than getting ahead with financial or fame or whatever other things you want. That's why, even though I am a study productivity creator, so much of my videos talk about helping your friends, making genuine and fun memories with people, spend more time with your family. You become a better student and you are a greater person in life, and you get more fulfillment if you take care of what matters, and that's people, that's love, that's connections. I say to dream big and go do whatever it takes, but no, don't literally do whatever it takes. Because if you cheat, you will lose respect from me, but you will also lose respect from yourself. Like, sure, other YouTubers can take inspiration. You can listen to something and accidentally say the same thing because it relates to your own knowledge now and your own experiences, but this is too far. Like Alex Hormozy says, you can't own truth. But you know how I choose to string truths together and convey them with my own words, examples, and creative, quirky remarks? That's creativity. That's my brain. This I own. And I get that. YouTube might feel like a lot of pressure too. I was feeling the pressure when this was really my one chance of making it before I had to go back to a full-time corporate job. And so I gave Steven a chance even. I gave him uno, dos, tres, 3 chances. And I just think we all want to believe in fairness. My sister has been telling me, yo, stop telling people all of your advice, like I've been told I should keep more. And I don't want to do that, I just want to help people, but it's making it really hard. Also, I do want to say, I am not a victim. Yes, I have more subscribers than him. My videos are doing decent, thanks to you. It's just more about the principle. I'm just out here trying to have a good time, helping people and hopefully getting some bag while doing it, and to make some cool friends. So why do people have to be so competitive, bruh? My philosophy is just don't do anything wrong. It's really not that hard, and you won't have anything to worry about. Remember, if someone cheats and they get a bad consequence after getting caught, it's not the fault of the person who caught them. It's on them for not sticking to the right values. I'm gonna share a really awesome line that my dear friend told me. See, I'm crediting him, not stealing it. Plagiarism might be tempting, but ultimately it's you losing out on the opportunity to make yourself a smarter and better person and to learn important skills about working hard. Mic drop. Thank you so much. This was a weirdo video. I was also weirder than usual. Maybe that's my coping mechanism. I never thought I'd be involved in internet drama because I'm a study and productivity YouTuber. I thought the most wholesome niche out there. Well, after Cat and Chiba Inu videos. Thank you, my A-team, and shout out to my friends who are there to support me. It's like you work so hard and you kind of made it, and now you get exposed to toxic things, so I'm really grateful for them being there for me. Many of them were actually the ones who convinced me to make this video, and I just really hope this helps you stay on the right path. Jspark probably isn't a bad dude. He's still young, and maybe he was just desperate, but I don't want you to fall in the same trap of resorting to something just because you're pressured and stressed. And don't badger him. Let's spread love and positivity, guys. Just take this as a positive thing, a great lesson demonstrated with stuff from the real world. Thank you so much for staying with me throughout the years. I've been chatting with some of you on LinkedIn. Add me there, by the way, if you want to connect even further. The YouTube journey is a video that I'll make another time. It really looks like an overnight success sometimes, right? When people comment like,
Oh, you're growing so big. Oh my gosh. Like, you're building a YouTube empire. Oh my gosh.
the success doesn't happen overnight, and I don't want anyone to believe that success happens overnight, because it sure didn't for me. Yeah, all that to say is, sometimes I'm brutally honest and transparent just because I want it to be inspiring and helpful. And I am rambling because I don't know how to outro this strange video. Let's drink some tea to shut my mouth. Thank you. Peace.